Hello again. Tutorial 7. We are going to trace out all of the parts of the front of these storefronts to make them three-dimensional and more realistic looking. So I'm going to start with the stationery and toy store, and I'm going to select the front face of this mesh. I know I want to isolate the sign. I want to frame out this window. I also want all of this 3D, the door frame, this door on the side. These at the tops of the windows and the doors are security gate containers. We'll make those in 3D, and we'll make them a separate asset. So let's start with this sign at the top. We're going to select the front mesh and grab our pencil tool, and we're going to draw a line straight across the top because we know we want that to come out a little bit. I'm going to start here, and I'm going to put a cut straight up there, and then I'm going to come to the middle of this, and I'm going to come straight up, and then I'm going to come to the bottom of this security gate holder, and let's select this and say, now you can see that these are all separate pieces. I want to do this frame in here, so I want to first come in with the pencil. I'm going to go up on this red part here and on this red part here. I'm then going to cut out my windows. And you can use your shape key if you know you're just making a rectangle. You just use that. I'm going to cut this out onto here. Okay. So now I'm going to check. So all of that is isolated. Okay, I'm going to do this other window. So I'm going to grab my pencil tool. I'm going to come to the middle here and come up to the sign. And then I'm going to come over here and up to the sign, underneath the security gate. And then I'm going to select the windows area, and I'm going to grab my shape tool, and I'm just going to Control Z to undo, and I'm just going to cut out that window, cut out the other window, and this piece underneath. Okay. Now we have this door area, but you see this whole piece is selected. So I'm going to come in with my pencil, and I'm going to come underneath the security gate, and then I'm going to cut out all of these windows. So I'm going to grab my shape key. Oh, I see. First off, I want to cut off these red. I'm going to come, and I'm going to cut the red. And I'm going to cut out all the windows. I kind of want to fudge that a little bit. the door. And you're just tracing. Okay, I want to get these little parts down here. And the more you do this, the quicker you're going to get, the more precise you're going to get. You have to get used to the tools. Um, you know, make 10 buildings this week, and inevitably you're going to just get really good at creating with SketchUp. All right, I'm going to isolate this, cut that. Now I think what I want to do, I want to recess this door a little bit more. I want to give it a little bit more drama. So I'll put that back there a little bit. And the first thing I'm going to do is select that front face and grab my pencil tool. And let's go across. Select that front face. And then I can pull that out and we've made a little step up. All right. And now, okay, so now we're going to start pulling our stationery and toy store. So I'm going to select this top sign, and then I'm going to grab the push-pull tool and just pull that out. And I know I want this to come out. So I'm going to pull this out a little bit. I'm going to pull this side out. And then I'm going to pull. So now you're starting to see that we're getting a little bit more oomph in this build. I'm going to pull this out a little bit. I don't think that's out in there all the way, or out there all the way. I'm going to pull this up front, even though we're going to cover that. I don't like it being recessed so much. Pull this out. I'm going to pull this out. And then I'm going to pull all of that out. So now all of that is looking good. I know the textures look weird on the sides, but we're going to deal with that in just a moment. I'm going to pull out that all the way to meet that. I'm going to pull this out a little bit. I'm going to pull this out to meet the front there. And now we're looking pretty good, and it's giving it definition and a little bit more realism. I want to tackle this door. What I would do is I'd probably go into my photo program and remove this light fixture that's hanging. This way it opens up the option for me to add my own, which I would probably do. Okay, so now we're going to fix the side textures, because when we pulled out the mesh, the side textures aren't moving with it. So we're going to click our select tool, select on that image, go down to texture and position. We always try to see if we can't just move the texture over a little bit, and that kind of seems to work for this. Now we've got this little step that we made, which is concrete. So I want to go into my textures, my material tray, And I'm going to click this down arrow where it says in model. We're going to click that down arrow, and I'm going to go down to asphalt and concrete. And you have a selection of textures that can be used to just fill in. You know, for these could be a charcoal black. Let's go to our in models tray, and I'm gonna just paint these in. So I've come over to my materials tray and I clicked on the charcoal black, and now I'm just painting all of these edges. Now we are in a 3D program, so you're going to want to use that orbit feature, holding down your middle mouse button, because you don't want to miss. You don't want to miss this, because say you miss this, then you've got this red part here. You're not going to be able to fix it in World. So you want to make sure you get all of these little areas. Now we're going to move over to our bodega, and we're going to trace that out. I'm going to come up, I'm going to select this sign, and then I'm going to come up and grab my push-pull tool and pull that out. That I'm going to keep flat because we're going to put an awning in. I think the smartest thing to do is probably pull out these two sides first, and then grab all of that. And again, I'm going to grab in my materials tray charcoal black, and I'm just going to hit these sides so everything matches. I have this sign at the top, but I want to show you a little trick with coloring these edges. So I want to do blue, you know, to match the sign that we have up here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the materials tray, and we go to colors. I'm going to grab a blue. It's not going to match, but I'm going to fill these in. Okay, I'm going to fill them in with any blue. Then I'm going to come up to the materials tray again, and I'm going to click the edit tab here next to select. I'm going to click edit, and then I'm going to come over here and we can match color on screen. So I'm going to click that, and that will turn into an eyedropper, and you're going to float over that image that says Deli Grocery and click the blue, and it will automatically change the color of that blue that you just put in. And now in the next video, we're going to export this to Blender using the Sketchup Bridge add-on that we added on to our Blender program.